Welcome back to SaltyyShow, and welcome back to our Total War Rome 2 Empire Divided campaign as the Palmyra Kingdom, episode 30. Hope you guys are doing well today, and if you are, like and subscribe, as always. Without further ado, to catch you up to speed in case you missed out on episode 29, we have split the East in half, and we are dealing with the last satraps of the former Sassanid Empire, now destroyed, and their satrap governors distraught and on their own. Mainly being between the capital of Marjana faction, which we are besieging, and they will fall in one turn when they decide to sally out and attack us. No worries, we've seen that battle plenty of times. I won't make you guys sit through it again, and that will only leave one faction left, which will be the Kingdom of Baktria, which they do hold the northeastern portion of the map. They are not a small faction. In fact, they're one of the few that are, I'd consider them along the lines of moderately sized. I mean, they own land all the way down from Baktria to Kharasmia. They have not been able to expand any further into the steppe due to the Aiste or Iste tribes, but they are definitely putting forward some of their best effort. It will take time to conquer them, but I'm not expecting too much of a fight necessarily. Without their overlords, the kingdoms have fallen rather quickly, and we need them to continue falling quickly. I'm going to go ahead and end the turn here. We need them to continue falling quickly because we need our legions to move west. The south and the east has been secured for the most part. However, our borders grow weary of the Germanic forces along their side. As we can see, the Makromani are really doing a number to the enemy. I'm going to very quickly deal with this force, but you hopefully guys won't even see a difference here. And with a noble but fruitless sally forth, this faction is no longer a threat. Let's see here. This is going to be a new region. If we loot it, we gain quite a bit of money. All captives are enslaved. We capture about 150. One thing I have noticed is perhaps we need to start developing somewhat of a slave economy, as it will greatly increase our potentials. The only concern I have with that is where are they going to be distributed? All captives are enslaved. They should be distributed across the kingdom, so we're gonna hope they do. Gain a little money there. Okay, Lydia, I promise, Lydia, I am on the precipice of doing this. Please, just hang in there, brother. Hang in there. Let's actually offer them some money. Hang in there, dude. I'm literally paying Lydia to continue fighting their war. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. As long as they hold the western coast of Asia Minor, I'm quite happy to client state them into our kingdom. Especially considering they like us so much. So that faction has been destroyed, meaning... Ooh, a triumph. Galeria Bruta, +8 public order. This lady has shown unfaltering devotion to Rome. Oh, hell yeah. Very much deserved, considering she is the general presiding over the Guardians of Hatra. They have been through thick and thin, and from the beginning. Very cool that she got that little award there. That faction is no more, which is wonderful. Oria. So Oria has no benefits here, meaning we're probably... Commerce is getting the biggest boon right now. This is a shared sea region, so we could easily benefit a lot from that. So we already have a Praetor's Villa. We have a shrine. Do we even grab a farm? Well, the benefit is here. Taking a gander, this gains wealth from trade agreements and culture. This produces food and gives agriculture. Slaves, of course, gives all of them. We could get a library. You get commerce and wealth from agriculture at the cost of public order. You're going to give culture, entertainment, and you're going to do commerce and all sources. So no major benefit when it comes to producing food out of this region. It is tucked away in the far east. There is no threats I see no reason to make it a bread basket necessarily. It could probably serve us better as a money basket, you could say. I do worry about bandits. Bandits, when it comes to banditry, so the max is level 8, 81 to 100, as it just applies. Local people pushed by hardship may turn to raiding. So that instigates, meaning, I think, is that just a threat in general? It is just a threat in general, but I'm fairly certain banditry can lead to, like, raiding parties, and I would be worried about that, because it could be quite random. Only issue is the only way to solve that is getting the cohorts urbana, or urbanus. All the others do not help. None of these buildings contribute to a reduction in banditry either. That's sanitation. Yeah, none of these contribute to banditry benefits, so could get the stadium, helps with public order, rather cheap. Or we could do another shrine here. They don't normally grant benefits though. We could get a research rate and more culture thanks to all the agora forms we have. Commercial simulation, commerce we are getting, so we could get the Yarul or Nabu. Don't think we need the Bal Shaman Shrine, Agabul, or Malak Be'ul. I butchered those at the very end there. I do apologize. There's no fancy stuff we can get here, right? No. No fancy stuff. Okay. I think that decreases public or food. Better tax rate, but that's not really super cool. That food is useless. I think we do that. Oh, man, I'm very... Be extra tax rate minus... It'd be a total of minus 40 banditry. We're at 36 right now. Banditry's only gonna go up. I think we're gonna try that for now, because it's gonna be a minute before we can invest in that area anyways. And now our forces can move north, and I expected the Slayers of the Empire to come this way. You know, this legion can outright... It looks like there might be a crossing there, but Zenobia...
I fight for the people.
Should be able to outright get in their way. I'd be more worried about them crossing here, though. They are in forced march, actually, now that I think about it, so... Move there. They cannot hit Prada, or Parada, however you want to call it. This legion will eventually be freed up. In fact, we can go ahead, let's get rid of one of the Arabian forces there. The slingers are pretty good, but they are slingers. They're not going to do the best in the future. Baktria's raising a force. Small-scale military actions. What can you do? You can raid, causing casualties to the settlement garrison. That's not super important. Let's go take a gander down here. You're fairly good at deploying morale. You're good on the siege. You're good at experience. She really doesn't need more experience, though. Go ahead and deploy them. She's already deployed. Is that the last agents we have on our border? Our very neat and tidy border now. Go ahead and start tearing all of this down. That'll take only one turn. she's gonna chill here for a while. Negative 28 should go away, yeah, next turn, so it's still gonna be quite a bit, but rather safe than sorry. Does that mean we start pushing? We could level our forces up here. I don't think we will.
You have further orders?
Securing Nisa would give us just a rougher border, I think, to hold.
At your command.
Perhaps we make our way here.
On the move.
And next turn, we start raiding. That'll bring us in some wealth, and it will put a little pressure on Baktria, even more than they are already experiencing. In fact, we could almost move here, which is far more valuable than Nisa. These regions, yeah, they would give us a lot more wealth. Alright, the Makromani have gathered a lot of forces right there. They've also taken Phazius. The Alani are still here, but they are split rather unfortunately. Lydia themselves as well, I believe, are getting the attention of the Makromani and the Gothi. They are raising a new legion, though. If only they would have upgraded... Yeah, they have some horrible settlement layouts, which is so unfortunate. But just maybe we could try to keep them alive. I really do want to keep Lydia alive. They've been rather beneficial to us. Let's go over here. I think this is... because there's piracy... yeah, -8 over here. Yep, -8 versus -28. And they can actually go on patrol, which will hopefully make money eventually. I don't know. Maybe that was a waste, but we're going to hope it did something. Numidia bouncing back just a little bit, managing to secure Sritis. The Mori managed to push them out of Garama, but they are suffering. And looks like Gallic Rome is fighting once again against their own pretenders for Sicily, but they've never pushed for Corsica or Sardinia. But they do look like they're starting to unite once more in the north. Their capital is on the front lines, though, against Caledonia, Franci. Oh, the Franks have actually built a sizable kingdom. Good on them, you know? Good on them. Numidia is definitely a target. Us dealing with the Germans, though, is probably the worst thing that we have going on right now. Alright. I need to see Aksum. Yeah, we're still reeling from those diplomatic missions.
Welcome, friend. Let us conclude our business with good haste.
3,000.
And then enjoy. We can ask no more.
That's not too shabby. We do have some trade partners. We don't want that with Rome, Numidia. The Makromani are definitely not on the list anymore. The Apor-Olani don't like us either, thanks to treaties with the Makromani, I believe. Alright, I guess now it's time to see
Greetings, my friend. Greetings. I tingle with anticipation of your noble and worthy words.
Can we start integrating more of our current military allies into the fold?
Greetings, my friend. Greetings. I tingle with anticipation of your noble and worthy words.
We've basically replaced the Sassanid Empire.
The gods gave you
But
a
I think
clever tongue.
we're
But
probably
you
a
have
bit
not
more
yet used
lenient.
it to say what
No.
I trust.
Alright, let's try Nabatea real quick here.
Welcome, friend. Welcome. I, in my lord's name, will
See what
give
they
you a
think.
fair answer.
I almost keep
I think
hitting
that
the
many
accept,
will-
and that would be so horrible if I did that. We're not going to do that to the Mori, just to not instigate Numidia any more than we have to. Okay, so with 7 grand, We might as well try spending our money somewhere and making sure we're okay. Let's check public order. Carmania is going down by just 1, and Aria is going down, of course. Everywhere else is on the rise. Judea is our richest. Buildings are helping out quite a bit here, which is great. We're getting 20 tax rate. Slaves are helping out just a little bit. So we're getting a good chunk of wealth. Titus is bringing in quite a lot. Salamis as well. Eulalia, oh, the capital, of course, is not bringing in much. I don't see a reason to have Eulalia with a barracks anymore. Let's go ahead and destroy that and bring it to the fold. We do lose the garrison, however, Alexandria has a barracks, and so does Libya. I feel like our internal regions do not need barracks. They're not going to be building anything anytime soon. We could start upgrading the major settlement as well, and that would grant more wealth and wealth from sources. But we could look to maxing out a couple of these buildings. So we're getting tax rate benefits. We do bread and games here. Yeah, it's so much food. We don't need the public order. That's the one thing stopping me. But Egypt really has become quite the bread basket. Yeah, we're getting wealth from agriculture too there. What is our bonuses? Agriculture, 173. Our tax rate is higher. We don't have a lot of commerce yet. Plus 4 food. We upgrade that, we're gonna get another 4 food. 4 food, all regions in local province. 4 food, all regions in adjacent. Yeah, they're pumping like 18. Jesus. And these still haven't upgraded all the way. Go for that. Go for that. Would it be worth converting this? No, because it only gives commerce. It does not give any sort of food benefits. You give agriculture and commerce. You'd give food, less commerce. Same deal for agriculture. Alright. Over here it's the same deal. 40 wealth. Perfect. These are as good as we can get them. The barracks in Miles Hormos makes sense to me. Alright, so we're fine there in Egyptus. Syria we were working on. In fact, let's actually finish very quickly before we spend all our money. Let's finish our heirs force, the Legion of Septimus, standing prime with a Roman ballista, auxiliary Libyan infantry, Hamian archers, armored pikemen. He needs some cav now, I think. We could get some armored horse archers who are really good at range. Their melee attack of 48 is nothing to scoff at. They are actually fairly good. They have very low charge, very low defense. Armored camels are a unique unit. We could get some cataphracts though, and cataphracts, Palmyran cataphracts, armored like turtles, brave as lions, with lances like wasp stings. That's a hell of a description. Let's get 2 cataphracts, and then move back to Syria. Muscat scared me for a minute. Ooh, we could get that. That would help. Alright, there is all our cash. I want to go spy on Thessalonica. I'm thinking when it comes to future war plans, assaulting the Marcomanni is our first inevitable goal, and we have to secure the island of Crete, and then we could utilize that to push into Greece proper from the south. Instead of trying to cross the Hellespont, we can play a defensive game, lock them down up here, while we liberate the Greeks from their barbarian masters. With that said, let's go ahead and station her here. Doesn't do anything good for us, so yeah. Station her in Sinope. And of course the Legion of Syria has been waiting patiently for a long time. I'm a little worried about the forces here. Artaxa is going to get a garrison upgrade in 2 turns. Let's end it and find out what this Baktrian force does. And go from there. Man, recording these and playing this game, time flies by way too fast. I'm such a sucker for Rome 2. And no worry, people that are still watching, I have, I'm definitely gonna, I think, after this campaign's over, jump into another achievement sort of focused campaign. And go from there, as in, what we want to do. Ooh, 2 turns, a stolen eagle, that sucks. And they have a plague outbreak. However, we are beating it back already, which is great. Alright, so some cities have been developed. Alright, over here. Excuse me. Let's build a shrine. I really don't see a reason to build an auxiliary camp. So there we go. And public order is already shooting back up. They have decided to chill here. Can we do anything with that? We could try to, block their movement.
By my hand, it is done.
Very quickly, let me go ahead and pick our next research. What do we get? Religious tolerance. Ooh, that was, yeah, minus 100% public order penalties due to local presence of foreign cultures. Very nice. With that, 30% to diplomatic relations from treaties cost 3,000 to research. Ooh, but only 2 turns. 30% to diplomatic relations from treaties. Tell you what, while the money is good, let's go for that. It's gonna be expensive, but
Ready for battle.
without further ado, Zenobia, I have a job for you. As long as everything's cut and dry. Yeah, we're fine. So wait, does that there are no religious penalties anymore. Wow, in our regions at all. That's insane, actually. That is pretty cool that we can just completely become intolerant. You're a little low for my liking. Bigot, correct. Because we took a new province on. I see, okay. That's fine, that's not the worst thing in the world. Basic necessities, administration and order, or diplomat. Let's go ahead and grab you. And we'll send you somewhere. Who do we send you to? You know, we're gonna hold off actually. I don't want to instigate any of our allies. And that party seems to do that really well. Okay, so they've got some forces running about here. Tell you what, actually. Head here. That's about the same, honestly, but we are blocking the path either way. And that might incur their wrath enough to actually, you know, spur the enemy to action. But speaking of action, let's engage the Slayers of Emperors. Quite a horrible name, considering what we're about to do to them. We shall slaughter them in the hills of the Eastern Steppe, or Middle East, I guess you would say. We're a bit near Iranian territory more than anything. Without further ado, though, let's kill some Baktrians. Hello, everybody, and welcome to where the title of this episode gets its name. The Lion's Trap, the Battle of Casapine is at hand, and the Baktrian forces have been caught in a devastating ambush as they try to make use of what little forces they have. They are outmatched, and their general, we are no strangers to daring tactics. We are forcing their general down so that their army routs immediately. targeting their skirmishers particularly. Our Cav proving their worth once more, and finally getting our legionaries in there here, going after what little melee forces they have that are not breaking immediately. It's slaughtering them in the fields, immediately breaking some of them, while our archers and javelinmen rain down death upon the enemy. Even their pike units, their most formidable unit, absolutely being destroyed. Zenobia herself getting in here and slaughtering some of these forces, chopping them to bits, honestly. It's been a minute since we've gotten to use chariots unimpeded, and they are just as useful and as broken as they have been before, just killing units over and over again. And with that, this conquering force, or I believe they were slayers of emperors, have been completely routed from the field, and victory once again falls to Zenobia. And with that, the slayers of emperors have lost their name. Kudos to our Cav for getting so many kills, and Zenobia taking part in the battle as well. Let's go ahead and enslave these forces. It's going to start fueling our economy, honestly. And then with that, I see no reason for Zenobia to stop. We're going to push to Capicini, and see what we can do. So let's start spying on their capital, which is crazy. We are one region away from their capital. They are moving lots of forces north, or south, I should say. But we do have a hell of a garrison wall here. One thing I'm tempted to do, honestly, is to try and draw them into open engagements with our armies. Because we could come here, it would block the pass. We could start raiding with this army, which is well equipped to handle probably anything they can throw at it. We also do have another Southern Legion here. A bit weaker of the bunch, but ready to go nonetheless. And we should be able to move her this way so that she can garrison after Zenobia's assault, and Zenobia can press towards the capital of Baktria. That sounds like a good plan to me. Let's move over to our heir's army here. He has 3 more slots available. Do we get another cataphract unit? They're really good charge. They're really heavily armored. Their defense is a little low, but their attack rate is really nice. 50. Is that the highest? It appears 50 is the highest. They're the most expensive, but if that's the case, I mean, oh my god, the armored horse archers, I mean, their attack rate's huge. We have 4 Hamian archers. We might actually want to get 1 more Hamian archer to go in line with our pikemen. And then we'll grab another cataphract. And then perhaps we do a ballista. I do feel like 2 ballista might be 1 too many. 3 cav, 5. We might just go 4 cav, actually. 4 cataphract units. That should be plenty to handle anything they encounter on the battlefield. Of course, we could try upgrading and getting, like... What is the difference between the Scorpion, actually? Mounted on small carts, these ballistas have firepower and mobility. They're very accurate. Okay. What is this? There's wicked cunning enemies that can fire so many bolts. High damage, accurate, average range, very high rate of fire. Oh, they do 12 shots a minute. That's twice as many as that. Then we could get an onager. Then, of course, scythe chariots, Roman heavy onager, or giant ballista. I don't know if we'll see them anytime soon, but all to our benefit. So the Gothi have moved just a tiny bit. Go here, deploy. They're actually suffering a negative penalty. You're decent with the military, right? Yes, you are very decent with the military. Alright, I'm fine with that. I don't think we're gonna do anything here. Technically, we could potentially start pushing to be an empire, but it would really strain our government. Alright, Eulalia Capitolina, or Capitolina. We are getting manufacturing at plus 54%. Maritime commerce is 30 and 24, so we could look to getting a suburbia. That's going to give us 100 wealth from industry. We could go this way and get manufacturing. We're mainly centered around commerce, right? Maritime, local, industry, local commerce, maritime and local, local and all. So really, now that I'm looking at it, we could try... We're not mining. That is going to grant 30 to commerce. Agriculture would be useless. 600 wealth from local commerce, 20 wealth from industry. So that would bounce off of the glassmaker and give us 600 more. Or we could just go over here and grab that. 30 wealth from culture. That's not beneficial. We could get a slave trader. Not very beneficial. We are already making our way there, so we could get the wine trader. Let's go for that, and now that we are here, let's actually first expand this and get us an aqueduct here to help with the sanitation. Because we're going to need it before we start destroying this building, as it's granting us the sanitation. It's granting us 10 anyway, so you'd have 6 total. You'd be negative, and you would also be negative. Okay, so yeah, we need to work towards sanitation before we get rid of that building. We are Latin over here, good. Let's go ahead, I guess, and upgrade that, because it's only going to get worse. And then over here, we could... Oh, well, darn, we need to keep 3K in the bank. We're not researching that. So, 3K in the bank, that is plenty. We've done what we can. No wars to be fought, no battles. Nicomedia will hold. Sinope will hold, especially with a garrison. Demagia is fine for now. And same for Trapezos. Ooh, Trapezos is not fine. What are you doing in my land? They have 2 armies in my land. Oh, and they don't like us one little bit.
Are you great?
We do have military access. That is actually kind of a mistake. I don't know where they're going. Where are you all going? Aksum is at war with them. Are they making their way to Aksum? Because that would be quite the move. And that would be very hard to counter if they they try to do that. Alright, let's end the turn and hope we stay lucky. Alright, sorry everybody. Alright, another turn passed. Fingers crossed those forces just moved back north.
I respectfully request that we cooperate fully in opposing our many enemies and rivals.
In due time, Lydia.
We ask.
In due time. I very much want to join them. The legionaries who were supposed to take care of the sacred object have been brought before you and await decimation. Issue a new standard. Let's just issue a new standard. Oh no, I forgot about... Darn, I do not remember doing that. Inability of the government. What was it? -10? Well, it's a good thing we don't care. An adventurer. Alright, we got a military camp up here in Artaxa. Looks like the Marcomanni are sending their forces back. Once they get over there, it's pretty okay. They could push to Lydia. I hope they don't, though. Man, Maine and the Mascots are on their way.
Swift and silent, a shadow among shadows.
Alright, we got eyes on them. Zenobia. I'm almost tempted.
Ready for battle. I fight for the people.
Honestly,
I am listening. Make haste. For the people. Make haste, men.
Gracia here, or Gracia, she can take Casapine. The tribe here, the Desert Snakes, ooh, it is only 3 tiers, so I think she might have to do this. Those armies haven't moved.
My skills, I'll see.
There's no armies there, so Zenobia is primed to engage.
I am listening.
Alright, I'm going to secure this region. Our northern borders are doing great. We're still raiding free of charge. One more turn and we'll have our research done. We could max out Alexandria. That would be pretty nice. 12 wealth from all sources. Oh, we would take all our cash. We wouldn't get our research completed, so we're gonna hold off on that. I guess we're gonna hold off on spending any more money. Our Legion's army, though, or our heir's army, the Legion of Septimus, led by Valbalathus, is prepared and ready to go. I think he is going to be used to lead the Legion in invading Greece. Let's go ahead and move him down to Side or Side. Station him there, ready to go. I would love for this fleet to actually get some proper troops, just in case. They don't seem to have a navy presence anywhere. They got one there. 6. That'd be pretty devastating, honestly.
My wits and words are yours.
Once some of these legions can be freed up, we'll be alright. We have 5 in the east waging a bloody front war against the Bactrian people. But we are definitely making headway. The heir's army's done. 5 grand in the bank. Alright.
For honor and glory.
I'm going to very quickly slaughter this garrison and end them. And with that, the city has been slaughtered. And we have once again taken Capicini with little resistance. Let's go ahead and end the turn so that we can see what the Bactrian forces do. They are not out of the fight. If they invested in some of their military buildings, we'd perhaps see quite a force to be reckoned with. But for now, it's been primarily the same eastern baggage that we've been dealing with for a long time. With the end of that turn, we have completed the research, of course. Oh, the Alani trade. Oh, they've lost their ports. Oh, the Quadi are getting Quadi are getting involved. That's unfortunate. We have quite a few issues. Gracia gained another triumph. Nothing here that we need to remember. Lots of construction. So with the gifts done, very quickly, I'd like to look. Let's see, Oxum, 48, very nice. So that did definitely boost our support. Clearly, we are withering away at the enemy. That is a horrible faction to be stuck with. Man, the Gallic Rome is struggling. They need to pour their forces north, not south. The Roman pretenders are not an issue. But with that said, I am going to end the episode here, everybody. If you enjoyed today's campaign gameplay and the Battle of Capucine, which was kind of actually right here, like and subscribe as always as we continue our glorious conquest to win the campaign as Zenobia, along with quite a few of our legendary achievements. Without further ado, I've been here with Saltyy, my co-host Winston, and we will catch you on the next one. But until then, peace out, everybody.